Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, tell me
Okay.
about cleansing. Tell me what we're doing today.
What we are doing today, this is my dear friend, lifelong friend, Maryanna, and we are having so much fun. We are helping people jumpstart their health together. We're coaches, and it's so much
Coaches
fun,
together.
right?
It's so much fun.
And you know about it,
Yes.
and Tamara knows about it, and
Now,
several in the
Tamara,
studio.
She lost how much weight? She lost.
She's going to correct me, but when I talked to her a week ago, it was 28.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to hear, because one day I said 27, and she was like, 28.
28.
28
Every pound
pounds.
counts. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, every
Pick
pound
up 28 pounds and see what that feels like,
That's right.
and you'll be shocked.
Yeah, you're right. Take a bag of potatoes
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what she don't. And she looks so good in here.
Yes.
Um,
And first we'll start by, we have a gift for you, Miss Dorothy.
You do?
We do.
I love
And
it. Thank
This
you.
made us think of you, and we didn't know how great it was going to match your shirt.
Isn't that pretty?
But it's spring, and we're
It
doing some spring
is.
cleaning here today. We are going to clean our bodies
I love this.
in a delicious way so that we're able to go into summer, spring into summer with confidence.
With confidence.
Yeah.
How much did you lose, Tamara? She's here.
28.
28.
It's awesome.
She's hanging in there, 28. We'll try to get her on here after a little while. Look what I got. See, you weren't here, so I got something special. Look at her. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, we
I
just
love them.
appreciate
You
you,
can
and
put
we
'em on the set
appreciate
over
being
there.
here.
Well, I love having those flowers. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we're going to spring into it. You know, they tell me I have to do it. I want to do it because I want to lose this weight.
Well, you did say
Yeah.
you're about to start.
Yes, I was this Monday, but I never got there.
This coming Monday, we have another group starting this
another
coming
Monday.
Monday. We
Always
did-
a Monday
There's
on the
always
week.
another
Monday.
group. Operation New Beginnings. Yep,
Operation-
Wanda's waving because she's doing it
And
too.
Wanda, you doing it? Did you start?
Monday.
She's starting Monday.
And there's still time for anyone to join.
Okay. Well,
So,
where do we go? What
all
do we
right.
do?
Well, I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of set the stage
I'm gonna
with
sit here
Maryanna's
while
help.
you two
Okay.
talk.
Why don't you tell us a little bit, Maryanna, about how we eat on the Jumpstart or the
Okay,
overview?
well, this is a completely new way of eating for me, and it makes sense. I've always wondered why I wasn't feeling all the nutrition that I needed to feel what I was eating, and then I started eating like this, and I am a completely different person, hands down. So basically, what we stick with is.
But you're so tiny.
Well, you know what? I have lost 12 pounds, and I'm where I
told her,
need to be.
"It's enough."
I'm done, and now it's time to get toned and to continue to feed my body with these wonderful, nutritious meals. But it has improved my life dramatically as far as energy goes, the weight management, my metabolism. When I reached, 40, I'm almost 44, so when I reached 41, that's when it went. And I said, oh my goodness, what am I doing? I'm exercising.
Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't taking my vitamins, and I wasn't eating like this. So this has filled in that gap, and now I'm back on track and feeling like I did a long time ago. So basically, we're eating good protein, good carb, and good fat.
Now, I never heard of good carb. What's a good carb? Show me.
Fruits and veggies.
Fruits and veggies?
Yep.
Okay.
What the 24-day Jumpstart is, it's a Jumpstart, okay? This is a lifestyle. This isn't a once and done kind of thing, and that's what I loved about it and what Maryanna loved about it, because it's a lifestyle you can continue. I did my first Jumpstart back in October, 9 pounds, 12 inches in the first 10 days. And I know what you're going to say, but you know what it did for me? There was this mountain I just kept going around, the same mountain, lose 10 pounds, gain it, lose 10, so if I had a goal, it was always the same one, just doing it over and over. So for me, I was able to, I'm still.
You shut it. You
Yeah,
shut it
I
and
did.
it's gone.
And now I am working on developing some lean muscle. And that's just fun, because that's like a goal number 2 that I never would have reached had I not gotten on this lifestyle 5-6 months ago. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
And I
So
tell
how
you, the
much do you
team part
work
of it,
out?
I know that you have joined the team part of it. That is just another component that makes you just want to keep doing it. Because when you have people with you doing it and eating healthy, it motivates you because
Yeah.
you're doing it, you're feeling good, and then you see, oh, my friend's feeling good, or this person's feeling good, and it's just that constant motivation for you too.
Well,
Yeah? All right, so we're gonna start with something really simple. Of course, the way that we eat on this Jumpstart is we're gonna eat in a way that speeds up our metabolism. 3 meals and 2 snacks a day. Now,
okay.
you
Let me
probably
write-
already thought to yourself, hold on, how am I gonna do that? Well, we give you a meal plan, we make it easy. The food choices are easy. Within that protein, good carb, good fat, you choose what you like. So that's what makes this for anyone, even vegans, vegetarians, meat eaters, all the same, right? But there is a wonderful meal replacement shake that is a good convenience product. We do the same one every morning.
But who
right?
wants to
Yes.
drink a shake
No.
and not have?
And it's not a shake
Whenever-
plan. I don't
No,
like
it's
shake
not a shake
plans.
plan, but
No,
what
no,
it's
no.
for is on
Convenience.
this, you don't skip a meal. So we know that life gets busy.
Oh, you don't skip a
You don't
meal?
skip a meal.
No.
So this shake, we recommend it for the meal you're most likely to skip. Now, chocolate chip cookie dough is our favorite,
Yo, I
but
love it.
this one's really cool. I thought I could demo and show you. There is a vanilla shake. Now, this shake has 24 grams of protein. It also has the right amount of good carbs and good fat. Okay.
You've got all three. That's what you're looking for.
So
is
what I'm
all
going to show
three.
you, because Dorothy, you're going to be surprised here at the flavor. All right, that is some unsweetened almond milk. Okay, this is some of the vanilla shake, and this is a serving of greens. Can you see that? Let's see.
Is
There
all
you go.
that in the shake, or
Yep.
you're doing that?
I'm doing that. These are two separate of the products within the Jumpstart. The Jumpstart's
Okay.
mostly, healthy eating, but there are some good supplementation. So some good supplementation ingredients. So that is a vanilla shake with some greens. Let's make sure we're plugged in here.
And my breakfast was always the one I skipped. I was a skipping breakfast. Yay, I skipped those calories. I'm doing great.
That's the
because-
one you don't skip.
No, you don't skip,
Skip
any
any.
meal. You don't skip a snack. You don't skip a meal. And so this, to me, because I'm not a breakfast drinker, this is so convenient for me because I'm a mom and I'm on the go all the time. So I'm like, check. I got my protein, my good carb, my good fat in the morning, and I just sucked it down, and it's great.
Yep.
It tastes good too.
All righty. Dorothy,
She's going to get us some small cups. And
I
then-
got a cup for you right here.
Oh, just do
I'm
a
sorry,
little
I only
because we're
did
going to share
one.
it.
No,
Okay.
help yourself. Help yourself.
Will you grab another cup up there?
Yeah, we want to share it.
Yeah, I was.
I'm always a sharing person.
Now, you know what this one's called?
What?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Okay, Fruity Pebbles. Now, you make a good one at the Chico's.
Yes, we do.
And that's called, that I like. is-
What's your favorite? The green machine,
green
probably?
machine.
That's
Absolutely.
good stuff. Fruity
here
Pebbles.
we
If
go.
you grew up in the 80s, you know what Fruity Pebbles.
You may not want to waste
You
it
might
'cause
like this one.
he won't
He
drink
might.
it all, I promise you. Let's put it in a little cup for him. Will you drink
Or
it all?
take-
Hey, we've got more.
Little
Don't worry
sip.
about it.
He said he's going to drink it.
Yes.
Okay, let's try it. Come on.
You first.
Did you eat Fruity Pebbles as a child?
No,
No,
I
well,
like,
that's a good
I
thing
like
because they're
Fruit
not
Loops.
good for you.
I
But
like
it
That's
tastes
what
Fruit
I'm
good.
Loops.
It's kinda like
Fruit
that.
Loops.
Apple Jacks.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Watching Scooby Doo eating Fruity Pebbles.
It tastes got sugar. Doesn't it taste like sugar?
What you're tasting is the stevia inside the greens. That is,
Wow.
the greens are sweetened only with stevia, and the greens themselves are full of enzymes and probiotics and fiber, and of course all of your like chlorella and barley and all of that good stuff. So think of a good serving of the best green nutrition you could get to
I
a
can
meal.
handle that.
And again, this is a convenience within the Jumpstart. It also helps our minds get wrapped around the concept of smaller portion sizes because we're eating 5 meals a day and we're going to eat
Little.
the right food.
Yeah, I saw
right
Tammy. I
food, the
said,
right
that's
portion.
what you eat.
But you're
You'd
going to
be
eat again in 2
surprised.
hours. So that's what's
Every
so
2
great about
hours?
it.
And
Right.
protein fills you up. My husband started drinking these because he was a breakfast skipper too. He told me, I'm surprised at how long it took before I actually felt hungry again. It fills you up. It really does.
Wow.
It doesn't look like it, but what's inside of it does.
See, look, you like it, don't you? Mm-hmm. That's great. Yeah.
I would come to your place and buy one of
Yeah.
these.
Absolutely.
This
So that's
is
just to
good.
show you that.
Come by our house.
Russell, do you want to taste it? Let my husband taste it.
You want to taste it, Russell?
Yeah, Russell.
Guzzle it, don't matter to me.
Don't guzzle it now. I said taste it. I want the rest of it. Oh, well, there it goes.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah, he said.
So
he
that's,
said,
that's just to show that even, within, we're going to show you how to eat healthy, how to make it easy, but in those, I drink one of these every morning on the way to drop my son off at school.
It almost tastes like a little bit of cake batter.
Right.
Yes?
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
I don't like cake
Yeah.
batter, but it tastes.
But you like that?
I like this. It's not. It doesn't have a bad taste at all. I mean,
No.
it's good.
And it's so good for you.
It's good for you, yeah. And it's filling and it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like me, I need something easy in the morning to just get me through that morning part.
So I don't eat my 2 eggs every morning like I normally do. I do this.
Well, and this is recommended for the meal you're most likely to skip. Okay, again, we're not
I
skipping
don't ever
meals.
skip meals, so
Good.
tell me, where do I put this one?
You can put it breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you know, or just keep it for those moments that you don't have time to stop and eat something healthy.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I keep some in my car. And there have been times, I think it was just yesterday, I was like, oh, lunch. Uh-oh. I haven't thought about it. I need to eat. So I made myself a shake.
Does it
And you can do it just in water.
Does it have to be the? Yeah, I've just been asking.
Yeah.
That. Does it have to be the almond milk or?
No, I did that just to make it a little creamier.
Almond
But
milk
you can do
makes
it
it
just
good.
in water.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're
Are
cleansing,
you
water is
drinking
what
it?
you would want to do
Okay.
in the cleanse phase.
You need to drink it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Getting
So,
healthy.
yeah. Didn't know it'd be so easy, right? Well, do we have time to get started on before the
Do
break
another
on the
one.
next?
Do another one.
Do another.
Oh, well, you got something to do. We'll take a break.
Should we do
and
that?
then we're
Okay.
going to come back and we're going to start cooking. So you're not going to want to miss it. I promise you. It's going to be really good. And this was really good. I can tell you.
Fruity Pebbles.
Also, I want to tell you that we are using Kim's cookbook again. And look at here on the back. Is this the same girl?
Yes?
Oh my goodness. Russell, can you shoot this right here? This is the same girl. And, well, yeah, not quite yet, guys. There we go. Look at how thin she is. Now, everybody's talking about losing weight. Well, look at that. And she cooked from this book and did some of the programs you guys are talking about. So this book is called Best Body Cookbook. We have them here. They're $20. So go to your phone and order it because the recipes, I think the squash recipe is in here.
I think so too. Yeah, I cook
Yeah.
out of there all the time.
You do?
And the great thing about it is, you know, Kim is a nutritionist, so every recipe in there has the
nutrition.
nutritional breakdown. So if you are looking to make sure you're getting protein, good carbs, good fat, you can pick the ones out of here that qualify that. Or if you're wanting something different, you know what I mean? Like you can
It's all
choose
there.
your recipes on the nutrition of it versus, you know, just picking a recipe that sounds good and wondering what you're getting.
Yeah.
Based on what you need.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to go to Island Quartet. I like those guys. They're from Jamaica, and then we'll be back.
Okay. The other mic is. Okay.
This is just a rehearsal for a part I'm gonna play. One day soon the trump will sound and I'll be called away to a land beyond the blue, decked with beauty uncompared. Won't you hasten, get ready to meet me over there? There'll be a grand performance in heaven one day, and we shall lay aside our troubles, our tears will be wiped away, and that will be a grand occasion. We'll receive a standing ovation. What a grand performance in heaven that will be. The situation in this world today indicates it won't be long. For soon and very soon we'll be singing the victory song. And when before the King we stand upon that golden strand, we'll perform for all of heaven and the angel band. There'll be a grand will be.
Well, Tamara just joined us. You just had a meeting with the principal of the
Yes,
school.
yes.
And we're going to keep you updated on these things because you need to know what happened.
It was a very, very positive meeting. I was very pleased. He actually is a very good Christian man, and we sat down and I showed him the sheet of paper that, and he had already the lesson plan and everything right there for me, and we went over it together. And I said, but see here on this paper how it says Islam is similar to what two religions? Well, the answer was supposed to, because it was monotheistic, meaning one God, is Christianity and Judaism. But I said, do you see how that could be misconstrued the way that it's put there, that the religions are similar to alike? And I said, that's furthest from the truth. And he circled and made notes. He goes, yes, I can see where that can be very confusing to a student. I said, I'm not worried about my kid. I know my daughter, she knows the word. I showed him the letter that she wrote her teacher, and he was very excited to see that. And then also I talked about how in the lesson, we didn't see it in the lesson plan, so he's going to talk to the teacher and she's going to call me. But it talked about how Allah and Yahweh and the God of the Christians are all the same.
Yeah.
And I said, and it was taught that way. And I said, I'm okay if you put that the Muslims believe that they're the same, but that is an opinion, not fact.
Yes.
I'm okay with that because you're teaching about the Muslim faith, and it needs, but to come and the way it was done could be very confusing to young people.
Yes.
And so it was just a very positive meeting. He gave me the email to the superintendent and also to the lady who was over the middle schools. So I am emailing our conversations today. And just that if they teach it, it needs to be taught in a way that it's coming, that it can't be misconstrued.
Right.
And so it was just, I was very happy when we left the meeting. He was very good. Obviously, he loves the students. He loves what he does.
Yeah, he checked up on Angela and found out she's a very brilliant student.
Yeah, well, yeah, he looked, because he wanted to know before he got into the meeting what he was getting involved in, and I told him it had to do with the Islamic curriculum. So he had already had all the paperwork there that was taught, and so, and I was able to share, I said, you know, in your teaching, now I realize that this here again, because it's in the curriculum, it teaches that Islam is easily practiced. And that, wait. And that, and that there's no priesthood, and that it teaches equality. But I gave him paperwork that shows how it is not equality. I gave him paperwork, and he said it's easily practiced, yet here's 109 scriptures straight out of the Quran that teaches violence. And I know a lot of people say, well, Muslims are peaceful. And there are some Muslims that are peaceful, don't get me wrong. But I learned that in the Quran, it talks about, you know, everybody says, well, you know, the Bible contradicts itself. There's scriptures in the Quran that contradict themselves, but in the Quran, it talks about if there are scriptures that contradict themselves, you go with the later version. Well, in the beginning of the Quran, if you study the Quran, it's very peaceful. When you get to the back, it is where it's very violent. And
Says to kill the
and so
infidel.
you're to go with the
last one.
The last one. And
What'd he
so,
say?
and I said, you know, and as far as it in your teaching, it says that it teaches equality. But here's their view on women. Women are worth half of a man. If a woman is raped, she has to have 4 male witnesses, or she's guilty. And just the different things, and he didn't quite understand all that, so he took all that and was willing to read it and understand it. But he understood where I was coming from, that we need to have a clear understanding when it's being taught, that it needs to be taught in a way that, well, this is what the Muslims believe.
Yeah, not
And
related
this
to
is how it's taught in
Christianity.
Islam, and not related to, well, they're similar, because they're anything but similar. So
All right, well, that's our report for today.
it was a
And-
very good meeting, and I was very happy about it. So he asked us to go ahead and write everything up in an email and send it to him and to the superintendent and to also the lady who was over the middle schools. So that is our next move.
All right, keep praying for her. as is on this journey to have some things changed in our country. And it takes one person. It took one person to get prayer out of school. One person can make a difference. Right, Heather?
That's right.
And I
That's
just
right,
want
it
to say
takes
we're
the
very
right
blessed
person.
to have him in our schools. So
He
Yes,
is.
I love-
yeah,
I
he's
like
a very
him too.
good principal.
Yeah, you told me that before you went there. She checked on him. And she said that we have a godly principal there, so that's wonderful. Now, what are you
We
doing,
do, and godly
Heather?
teachers too.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
do.
it's the
Godly
curriculum.
teachers.
It's not the teachers
Yeah.
that need to be adjusted. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
So it's going to
So-
be the curriculum.
All right, are we ready to get started?
We are.
All right. What we're going to make first, this is one of my standards in my house, and I've tweaked it a little bit to where it's cleanse friendly. We've been talking about the cleanse, Tamara, before you
Okay.
got here. You're currently on it. You're on it. I'm doing it. Dorothy's about to do it. We are about 100% in this room needing to eat like this,
Yes.
right? So what we're going to make is cream and broccoli soup. Now,
I
that
like
sounds like we
that.
should be able to have it, right? But
Yeah.
the cream that we're going to use is unsweetened almond milk. We don't eat dairy for the first 10 days of the cleanse, but it's okay. We can handle that. But we can do some unsweetened almond milk. Okay?
Yeah.
So I will start cutting this onion. Will you put a little bit of olive oil in here, Maryanna, please?
And use olive oil. That's the oil to use. And you use also what, avocado oil?
I use flaxseed oil
Flaxseed
if
oil.
it's in a salad dressing. If I'm cooking, I do olive oil.
What about coconut?
Coconut oil is wonderful too. The problem is my daughter, who's in your daughter's class, by the way, everything we were
Yes.
just talking about, they're in the same class, the same history class. She doesn't love the taste of it anymore. Now she catches me when I use it. So,
Oh.
I
she'll
love
say, Did
it.
you put coconut oil in here? And I'll say yes, and then she won't want to eat it. So I just had to change. Will you put those in there for me? All right, so what we have is 1 onion, okay? We are putting in 1 onion. And this is gonna get blended, so we just kind of want to give it a big chop to get it in there. And we want to turn that up a little bit. Let's get it
Now,
sizzling.
you saw how she cut that onion.
Did you see that? That's a good little trick. Cut it in half. Go in like twice, about as far as you can, not all the way to the end, so it stays together. Turn it, go to the top, and then down that way.
Yeah.
And you go like this, nice and quick. Okay? Then,
Now, I've been using more onions since you were here last time.
do you remember what we said about onions last time?
Yes, they take the poison out, right?
Here you go.
They're
They
detoxing.
detoxify every cell in your body. Remember
Yeah.
God's so cool, he made foods look like what they're good for.
Yes.
Carrots for eyes, walnuts for brains, almonds for liver. I mean, it just goes celery for bones.
Carrots for eyes.
Yeah.
cool.
When you
Why
cut a
does
carrot,
Oh, it looks like an
think
eye.
about it.
I said, how's a carrot look
That
like an eye?
circle.
Yeah. Onions look like a cell,
Uh-huh.
and they're good for every cell in your body because they help to pull the toxins out of the cells, just like they pull a splinter out of your skin or can pull a virus out of the air.
Yeah.
If you have any idea what I'm saying, otherwise, I
But
know
Mom,
that
we're not
sounds
talking
crazy,
about
but look it
blooming
up.
onions, okay?
Blooming
All right, you can go ahead and put that garlic in there. So we've got 1 onion in. We're gonna put a little garlic. I like to do, even if the recipe says to start with garlic, I don't because the risk of burning garlic is real. And if it does, you're washing the pot, you're starting all over again.
Now,
So
can you buy that garlic that's already grated and put in
you
a jar?
can, but you're losing out on some of the nutrition.
Okay.
You know, think about it. The enzymes come to life when you cut it.
Cut it.
So how long ago was it cut in that tube?
Yeah.
If that's your only option, then yes, that's better than nothing. Okay.
And that's something
So
you
I
taught
went and bought a
me.
big jar of garlic. Anybody want my jar of garlic?
But no, that's
Well,
something Heather
use
taught
it,
me
use
about. You got to eat the real thing, you know. And
Yeah.
as soon as you cut it, you lose something of it. So, like my smoothies or my juice that I used
Right.
to make, you know, just start with the original
Yes.
vegetable
Yep.
or fruit.
All right, you can put that broccoli in there. And I'm going to go ahead and do both of these. One of my things I love about broccoli is I love the inside of the stalks. Have y'all ever eaten
I do
that?
too.
I do too.
Do you ever had broccoli slaw?
Yes.
It's made from this, from the inside here. I wish I knew. I'm sure there's a name for it. Kim would know. She's probably saying it right now. But whenever I'm using broccoli, I always take it and I still use it. And I'll either
Yeah.
use it in stir fry, roasted veggies, or just throw it right in there. It's got a really
But
good
you cut
flavor.
the outside off.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're just trying to cook the broccoli and the onions, get it a little bit sauteed in there. So just a rough chop.
Doesn't that look good?
Oh, broccoli's
already?
so good. What does that make you think of? If you had to say what that's good for based on what we just talked about, what would that make you think of? in your body?
Nerves,
What organ?
brain. I don't know. What does it make you think of?
I think of hair. I don't know why.
Blonde hair day.
Because you see those bobbleheads with that broccoli
Of course,
top.
it's good for so many things, but you can go ahead and put the rest of that in here too.
What is it?
Lungs.
Oh, lungs.
The
The green
green-
bronchial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The green leafy vegetables and broccoli and your cruciferous vegetables, good for your whole body, but lungs. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Because it gives you oxygen. It helps spread oxygen through your body, which helps the lungs. Tomatoes, what are they good for?
Heart.
Right? And have you ever thought about the 4 chambers of a heart when you cut a tomato in half? It has 4 chambers? All right, I'll
Yeah.
stop.
You're good.
Okay,
Now, what's that?
this is vegetable broth, okay? 3 cups of it. And what we're doing now, we have the onions, the broccoli, and the garlic, and we are gonna cook them down in broth.
That smells amazing.
I know.
You like that?
Oh, I
All right,
know.
so we're gonna let that cook for just a couple minutes. What are your favorite things to eat, Mariana, on the cleanse?
Well, broccoli is definitely one of them. And what I do sometimes, this is great because if you have a little more time, make this. But I love to chop up broccoli, put just a little bit of olive oil on it, a little bit of Celtic salt or Himalayan salt, and I've got this little panini maker, and I put it in the panini maker, and I set it down there just so it gets a little crispy on top. And then I use that. That is my good carb, and it is easy as pie to make because you're eating just the vegetable, and it's
vegetable.
good with a little bit of olive oil, and there's your fat, your carb and your fat, and then put a little protein with it, and you're set to go. So that's my favorite veggie to make very quickly. I like asparagus, anything green.
Do you know that I was told broccoli was man-made? Is that true?
Wait, what?
They made it. It was
Broccoli.
Yeah, someone told me that.
Mutated? I haven't
It
heard
was
that.
one of our cooks told us that.
I don't know
believe
about
that to
one.
be true. No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
I have to look that up. They
I
always
would
say,
say
look
no.
it up and
Check it out.
Check your
No,
source.
I mean we
Yeah.
know that's not right. I mean they,
Ask Siri. Ask Siri.
right?
Oh yeah, she knows everything.
She knows everything.
She does.
Okay, so we need that to come to a boil. Why don't you talk a little bit after we're done with the soup? We're gonna let it simmer, and then Mariana's gonna start on her salmon. Is that okay if we go ahead and talk about that just a little bit?
Sure.
Do you want to do that? Let me bring this over here, and you can show it while you're talking about it.
All right, I'm a fish person. I love salmon. I love that it has already 2 of the things that I need in my body for this particular lifestyle. My fish is my protein, and it already has the fat in there. So there's 2. Check. And then I just love throwing any kind of fish, especially salmon, because of the rich flavor, over a big bed of spinach. And there's your carb. It's so good. You put a little bit of, olive oil and vinegar on it, or a little pinch of lemon, and it is so tasty. So the first thing I do is you want to, and this is the healthiest way to do it because you're not using a lot. You're using water to pretty much soak it in for a couple of hours before you actually cook it. I've got water in there and Celtic
Why do you do
salt.
that?
You know what? When I was told this recipe, it makes it just flakier, and and the flavor is much better this way.
Now
and
I
then
see it has the skin still on. Because do you buy it with the skin on?
the skin is on there, and either way, I cook it with the skin. We were just talking about this before we started, and I cook it with the skin on there, and you'll see in a minute, we'll cook it until it reaches the middle point, and then you flip it over, and then you cook it till it reaches the middle part, because you want that middle section to just be just cooked. You don't want it raw, but just cooked and good and flavorful. But do you like salmon?
I don't
We
like
don't eat
No, you
fish.
don't like salmon?
But to eat it even a touch raw,
Oh yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Well, see, I'm a sushi person.
You're
so.
sushi.
I have an answer on the broccoli.
Yes, ma'am.
Broccoli is man-made.
See,
It was carefully bred by Italian farmers more than 2,000 years ago, carefully breeding different types of wild cabbage to create it.
Okay, so it was hybrid. It's
Wow.
a hybrid.
hybrid.
It's
didn't make it
basically
up,
different
but they
cabbages
put-
that they
Yes.
bred together to form the broccoli.
Yeah, I had to
interesting.
cook that
Learn
one
something
one
new.
time.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right, let me tell you real quick the next step that we're going to do with the soup. All right, we've let it cook down a little bit. And what we're going to do is take it scoop by scoop out of here into the blender, okay? Then in the same pot that we had this in, we're gonna make a roux. But instead of using butter and flour, we're gonna use olive oil and flour. Make sense? Okay? And I've got my Ninja, so it'll take me a couple times here. I like to leave some chunks, but see, that's why we have the broth in there, because we need a little bit of liquid for this step. But I do like to leave some chunks in there. Okay?
Well, for people who don't have a blender, they could use, just cut it smaller, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and yeah, you could, exactly, you could just cut it smaller. Like I said, I like to leave some good chunks, but this is a really cool part. We have a green blender theme today, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
right.
Tamara, you missed the Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, it was
Were you,
good.
did you hear that part?
This morning.
No, you didn't.
Do you like Fruity Pebbles?
I won't eat Fruity Pebbles.
No, don't eat Fruity Pebbles.
I'm not gonna
They
eat Fruity
weren't.
Pebbles.
She's not
That's why I'm
talking
like,
eating it.
no, you didn't eat Fruity
You know
Pebbles.
I
I know
would-
you didn't eat Fruity Pebbles.
She wasn't talking about eating Fruity Pebbles, drinking it. She made a,
She didn't use really Fruity Pebbles.
No, that's what they
I
call
know
it.
better.
You know me
I
better
know
than that.
better. Let's
this
see.
is something-
All the dyes and the sugar. Yeah.
it looks like you're mixing that up really good.
Isn't that cool? I love my Ninja. It's called a Ninja.
I mean, if you're eating something that looks like that, you know you're doing a good job.
You're doing good.
I mean, that is so pretty and green and just,
Hey, I got to tell you this. I stayed with my daughter-in-law. She was going to get me healed. When I was itching so bad, she decided she was going to get me healed. I'm going to stay with her for a week. For a week, she took the darkest, greenest vegetables and did it. And it was the worst, ugliest tasting thing I ever tasted. And I went there from Sunday to Thursday. By Thursday, then she gave me, the last thing she gave me was a glass of apple cider vinegar. I got so sick. I said, I am not doing another one.
Well, and then what she did, we met her at Disney for a Night of Joy, which was a Christian concert. Here she is in this little chair eating a steak with her. She told
Nobody
the
was
guy,
around.
the chef, there she goes, look, my daughter-in-law has forced me to eat nothing but greens for a whole week. Please, I need meat.
give me a steak.
And he said,
did.
here, I'm buying this for
He
you.
bought it for me,
That is too
and then they
funny.
caught me.
That is
it was
too
so
funny. You got
funny.
busted.
I did.
That is too funny.
Okay, so,
All right, so
she's
you
mixed
ladies
everything.
familiar with making a roux? You know what that means?
Yes.
It's a way to thicken. And many times you start with this in a sauce, but since this is a soup, we need it, and plus we're getting some of the flavor in there. So I just put in some olive oil, probably about 4 to 5 tablespoons. And then I am going to put in some flour. This is whole wheat flour. You can use almond flour if you're
Whole wheat
gluten
flour?
free.
You're using whole wheat flour?
Yeah.
I thought that wasn't good for you.
Not for the cleanse.
Well,
and
it's
not-
only 4 tablespoons. You can do the almond flour
used
too.
Almond flour. I
Yeah.
bought it at your at your place.
Yeah.
And that would be perfect for this face. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit.
Is that
So
olive
basically,
oil?
this is just putting together a fat and a thickener. Cornstarch worked really well too. So we're creating the base here, and we're going to add the soup back to the pot. And as this heats up and gets through the soup, it's going to thicken it. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see if we can make this happen safely. Can you hold? Yeah. All right, we're coming in hot. Make sure you don't splatter on you.
So good.
Yeah, it does. I thought it looked like you were grinding it all
I did.
up.
That was my
did.
method of blending. I blended about 90% of the soup.
Oh,
And
okay.
left some good chunks.
So I cooked it down, put it in a blender. If I'd had a bigger blender, I could have done it all at once. So, but I wanted to use the same pot to make the roux in. So I had to get it out of this pot by blending it, putting it in a holding place, and bringing it back. So now all of that flavor is going to be coming through. And we need to season with what? What are we going to season
Himalayan
with?
salt.
Celtic, but yes,
Celtic, I
Himalayan's
mean.
wonderful too.
I
But
went
I'm
and
a
bought
Celtic
that
girl.
at your place too.
Did you?
Yep.
Heather's a Celtic girl. I'm more of a
Yeah.
Himalayan girl.
Yeah.
And that's fine. We respect all.
All nationalities.
No, we just respect two salts.
We respect the Himalayas and the coastlines of France, because that's where this comes from. Will you give me a nice good pinch of that?
Sure.
We're multinational around here with our salt choices. The important thing is that you use one of those two. That's because the mineral content, that salt is full. It's still full of the minerals. It's like taking trace mineral supplements.
Yes.
It also, because of that, you're getting maybe about 5 to 10% sodium It has some salt. You know, we would die without salt, so we do need a little bit. The problem is table salt is just what's left over after they've taken all the good stuff out and sold it in the form of
Yeah.
minerals, right?
Yeah.
So why not just eat seawater dried up?
I know when I was running my marathon in San Diego, closer towards the end, we would carry salt packs with us.
Oh, yeah.
And during the race, take the
did?
salt. Oh yeah.
She says if you put this under your tongue, one of these,
Yeah.
this one under your tongue, and a glass of water, you get all kinds of energy.
Really?
Yeah, it's good for your adrenal glands. All right,
Very good.
last thing I'm going to do, this is unsweetened almond milk, okay? We are going to put that in, and that is going to activate with the roux and thicken it. And then we're good. We're just going to let this simmer for a little bit, okay?
Great.
Wow, it looks great.
Great.
All right, so now the salmon. Can we continue with
Yep,
the
the
salmon?
salmon's ready. It's been soaking in the Celtic, not the Himalayan. I went with the Heather salt today. And it's been soaking in the water, and basically we're just going to cook each side of it until it cooks to the middle, like I was telling you about. You don't want it raw, so you want to cook all the way to the middle, flip it over, and cook all the way to the middle.
And here is your pan. So I guess that would be a brine, right? You've soaked it in a brine for about an hour.
I'm going to use,
And that's so great because you're not going to have to add a lot of extra seasonings that many times will bring you fat.
So you've soaked that in water.
She soaked that in
And now,
water with
what are
Celtic
you
sea
putting
salt.
on the bottom? Nothing?
Nope,
on your
just a
pan?
really good nonstick pan. We brought that one.
make sure you get a nonstick
I made her
pan.
get rid of the steak.
We brought that one. In fact, that's a
Teflon.
really high quality one, and it's safe. We're
Okay.
good. We're good.
I said, you can't use Teflon
I know.
on this set, and I made her get rid of it. Because Teflon is not really, it can be cancerous.
I don't know that, so I'm
And-
not going to stand by that.
Well, that's what another cook told me. So
All right.
I get rid of it, but now she's got a high quality one there.
Yes, I do. I brought that myself.
that,
Do
yeah.
you season that or anything? Or I guess it's been seasoned by
It has.
soaking.
It already has
Okay.
absorbed that Celtic salt in there, and the flavor is going to be really good. Now, sometimes you'll want to season maybe with, like I said, lemon squeeze, or I love fresh ground pepper.
Oh,
and
look
so
at
I
that,
put
pretty.
olive oil and apple cider vinegar in there, mix it all together. And with the cleanse that we're doing, you don't want to do more than a tablespoon. If that, but
Right.
a tablespoon, is a lot.
Well, let's talk about portion sizes for just a
yeah,
minute.
that's a great idea.
For protein, on the cleanse phase, and even throughout the lifestyle, this is still how I'm eating 5-6 months out, and I'm starting my cleanse over. But lean protein, which salmon would be, and again, this is why this program or this Jumpstart is so amazing, because like we said, protein, good carb, good fat, but what you want in those categories are up to you. Like what Chris James has, it's going to be a little bit different than what Maryanna Thornton has, right? A little bit.
Probably a lot.
Has a lot to do with this.
Yeah, but the protein is the size of your palm, this and this. Okay, so that's about 3 to 4 ounces. Whether it's a hard-boiled egg, edamame, turkey pepperoni, or salmon, right?
Or tofu.
Or tofu, yep. All right, then your good carb is about what you can hold in your hand. Good carbs are fruits and veggies, berries. What's your go-to?
For my snack, I do about 3 strawberries or a handful of blueberries. For my meal, maybe 5 or 6 strawberries.
Yeah.
And a little more blueberries.
And then your good fat, what she was referring to. Your good fat, if it's straight up fat, it's about a tablespoon, about the size of the top of your thumb. If you're pulling it from another source, such as avocado, almonds, walnuts, all the list of foods that we give you in the meal plan, it might be like half an avocado, 7 almonds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
And
but
because
that's
the
important.
salmon has some fat in it, you wouldn't want to use, maybe a half a tablespoon of this to get the rest of your fat on there.
Yeah.
You just want to be very, and you get to the point, it's a mindset, and that's what I told Heather was so unbelievable, that all of a sudden this just got in my head, and I knew what I was doing, and I knew the choices to make, and I knew that I needed my protein, good carb, good fat, and I started just memorizing the portions. And so now it's just, you don't even think about it.
You don't even think about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a neat program. It really is. And it's
Now,
a
you're
lifestyle.
just searing that on low?
Yes, let's see. How do you know, Maryanna, this is yours? How do you know when you just watch it?
Yeah, and actually, it's not on low. It's pretty high.
Okay.
I have it on about 8 right now. But yeah, and I just watch it, and I got this off the internet. It was just, I don't even know who it was, but She said just simply watch it till it gets cooked into the middle, and flip it over, and cook it into the other side.
Here you go, sweetie.
Can you use that in your pan?
As long as she's careful. Yeah, that's such a quality pan. You can't
Scrape it. And
you can't mess it up. Nope.
Now, don't. If you're going to use Teflon, do not buy an inexpensive one. Buy
That's
an
true.
expensive
That's true.
Yeah.
because it can be harmful if you
Right,
do.
right. And like I said, with the protein and fat already in there, what are you missing?
Yeah,
You're missing your carb.
yeah.
So you need your carb, and that's where we're going to throw our big old
Spinach.
greens on there. And I remember Heather telling me, she goes, eat as many greens, leafy greens as you want. And that was very
Yes.
appealing to me because not only do I like them, but it also, of course, it's got all that good fiber and everything you need in it, but it fills you up. It really does. I've never been hungry yet
You
on,
haven't.
on any of the phases that I've been
You know,
on.
I can eat a huge meal and I'm still hungry. I'll leave the restaurant and think,
Maybe you're not getting enough
But what are you
nutrition.
eating?
I'm not feeling good.
If you get
I'm
the
not
nutrition,
eating.
you'll be full.
Yeah.
Maybe your body's craving the nutrition you're not getting.
There
What are you
must be
saying? You
some-
eat a big meal and you're still hungry?
Uh-huh.
That's because you're feeding the bad bacteria. I'm not saying you are, but that is an
No.
indication of that. Have you ever noticed, like, if you have a day where you just go for it, maybe birthday cake,
Yeah.
you got kids' parties or whatever, and you just splurge, you wake up the next morning and you're still hungry. And you're like, how is that possible? I ate so much yesterday.
Yeah.
The reason why is there's good guys and bad guys in your gut, good bacteria and bad bacteria. When we feed, they both want to eat. I mean, they're both hungry. They both want strength. So when we feed the bad guys, they get stronger, the good guys get weaker, right? That makes sense. Other way around, the other way happens. So when you're feeding the bad guys, they get stronger, and they are signaling your brain, feed us more, feed us more, feed us
Yeah.
more. The good guys want this food.
And
And
I
that's
like
how
the
it
good
changes
food,
when they
but-
say, like, when you feed yourself the good stuff, you start craving that after a while. And that's because you are now nourishing the good bacteria. It's getting stronger, and it wants more broccoli, salmon, protein. Good. So that it's truly biological what's happening.
Wow.
So you really were hungry. You weren't crazy. That was really happening.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
your gut telling your brain, I need to eat.
Yeah, and I said, this is crazy. I just had a big dinner.
Yeah.
It's starting to get to
Is
the
it
middle.
starting?
Yeah. You know,
You can tell because, Russell, if you get a shot of
Changes
that,
color.
'cause
This
it
one in
changes
particular.
color, right? It goes, the color goes
a little
up.
wider up the side. Now this one's a little thicker over
Have to
here
bring it
than
over
this
here.
one, so we'll just kind of wait on that one.
It has to come here.
But you know, talking along those lines of what you crave, my sister, who lives in Virginia, she's doing this, and she has just finished her cleanse phase, and she told me, she said, Maryanna, I don't want bad food anymore. Like, I don't crave it, you know? And I've heard that over and over again, you know, my kids eating their chicken nuggets, and I used to eat the one that they didn't eat, and I'm not eating it anymore because my mind's just different,
Yeah.
you know, and I guess my gut's different,
It is.
according to what Heather said.
It is.
She lost 12 pounds and said, don't lose no more.
It's time to tone now.
Yeah, these two girls are so thin.
Well, it's fun. I mean, how fun getting to feel better, getting to the point where you wake up out of bed, you want to get up, you want to do stuff. You're
Yeah.
truly happy, you're truly joyful, and it shows, you know?
Yeah.
So it's great.
Well, I like to eat and I'm truly happy, so.
Yeah.
I went ahead and flip this one
yes,
over.
you did it.
I did.
That one's getting.
This
getting
one
Hey,
was
now,
little
so is the skin going to
thinner.
come off?
The
Is that?
skin actually starts to come out, come off on its own, so you can kind of see it's going to be easy to peel off. This one is going to cook a little faster than this one. Are you
Now
smelling
it's
it?
not pink
Oh, yeah.
anymore.
Right.
Right.
The inside's pink, huh?
That looks so pretty. See, I love salmon. Oh,
Oh, you do?
oh my gosh. I can eat it
A lot of
every
people
meal.
love salmon.
To me, it doesn't taste fishy. That's why I like it. It's not a fishy fish. Yeah?
Well,
So
It's-
sushi would never be on your plate.
no. Is it good to take a break now?
That's
While
great.
you're
I was about
cooking
to,
it?
that would be perfect timing, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll see what's going to happen next. Don't go away.
I'm satisfied. Satisfied with Jesus. I'm satisfied with Jesus. Well, he said he would be my I look at my feet and they did too. Oh yeah. Ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Well, he said he would be my comfort. Oh yeah. He said he would be my guide. Well, I look at my hands look new. I look at my feet and they did too. Oh yeah. Ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied. Well, the Lord moves in mysterious way, His wonders to perform. You know he plants his feet on every step and he rides on every storm. Well, he fixed my feet for running boys. My eyes he opened wide. He fixed my tongue so I can say, praise God, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Satisfied with Jesus. I'm satisfied with Jesus. Well, he said he would be my comfort. Yeah. He said he would be my guide. Well, I look at my hands look new. I look at my feet, they did too. Oh yeah. Ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied.
But I was way out yonder in the valley, boys. I was wandering all alone. It was there I met my Jesus. You know he claimed me for his own. And then he put his arms all around me there, and he drew me up to his side. Now my feet are on solid ground. Thank God I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Well, he said he would be my comfort. He said he would be my guide. Well, I look at my hands look new. I look at my feet, they did too. Oh yeah. Ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied. I'm satisfied with Jesus. I'm satisfied. Well, he said he would be my comfort. Yeah. He said he would be my guide. Well, I look at my hands look new. I look at my feet and they did too. Oh yeah. Ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied.
Satisfied. I don't know about you, but I am satisfied
Yes.
with Jesus. I'll tell you what, he gives me everything I need. And my beautiful daughter here.
You're funny.
We have well, let's see who else watching today. We have Whitney, and she's watching. And
You know who
says,
that is, right?
looking good, ladies.
They're the singers
Oh,
that
my
were here.
singers,
Yes,
they're coming.
yes.
They're coming back. Did she say what school the principal worked for?
It's Paul Knox.
And he's
Yeah.
a great principal.
He was.
And the teachers
I
there
was
are great
yeah,
too.
the great teachers, great principals, and the way they handled the situation was very well, and so I couldn't be happier.
Yeah. Charlene from Wyoming said, listen to this, girls. Charlene, oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Look at that plate of salmon. Wow.
Almost
that,
makes you want to eat it, but
it
I
does.
still don't
it's
like it.
beautiful.
You don't like fish either.
No.
Okay, look at
mama.
here. Other than possible risk of flu symptoms from breathing the fumes from overhead Teflon-coated pan, there are no known risks to humans, Teflon-coated cookware. However, PFOA is making Teflon is not present for extremely amounts, and I'm not quite sure what she's saying there. And she found this on Google because she heard us talking about it. So she heard it was cancer causing. So, that's what someone told me. And so
I'm sure
I
that's
don't
true
know.
for some and not true for all.
For others, yeah. And so that's what she's telling you, that
It's
you
not
can
true
look
for this
on
one, I
it.
can
And
tell
I
you
think
that.
it's
Yeah.
so important to always go and check it.
Yes,
Check
for
it,
sure.
check it, check
reliable
it,
source.
check it,
Well, I think
check
some
it.
of the problem
Thank
is when
you,
you're
Charlene.
using metal on top of Teflon, you know how it scrapes up and
Yeah.
then it gets up into the food and people.
sure.
That's
Then
right.
that was probably where it was
In the
more.
older days, we didn't have the good Teflon.
That's right.
And my pan would get scratched up, I'd throw it out. But then when I heard that, I said, oh,
Oh, yeah.
no Teflon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so what I'm going to start working on here while the rest of that salmon's finishing
Yeah,
up.
this is done.
Is it good?
that
And I was going to show
salmon
how
looks
easy it
so
is to peel off
wonderful.
the skin. Look,
Oh,
that just
gosh.
comes right off. And you can just kind of throw that away. I mean, this is good stuff right here. Look at that side. Ooh, it's got a little bit of crispy on that side.
Looks
And
wonderful.
here's the skin too. We'll just peel that off. Comes right off.
You flipping
Get
that
another
over. Oh,
crispy. We got crispy, and then we've got
Yeah.
a little softer on
Yeah.
that side.
isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's what I was trying to
So
think
you
of
can
too,
show
Russell.
both ways.
That's gorgeous. Okay, awesome. That makes me really happy. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, this is one of my favorites, is hummus. Do y'all like hummus?
I love
Please tell me you like
hummus.
hummus.
love
Okay,
hummus.
good.
Love hummus.
Hummus is such a wonderful go-to snack because it can replace. To me, it satisfies when I'm like looking for that kind of salty. Maybe I would normally reach for crackers and cheese or something, something like that. Hummus satisfies that for me.
But what do you eat it
And
with?
I eat it, well, on the cleanse phase, you're going to eat it with like carrots or broccoli or cucumbers.
okay.
Love it
We
with
talked
cucumbers.
about. One of our good friends who coached me on this, and the first time I did it, she loves to take like good deli meat, turkey or roast beef, and picture that as like the meat is the tortilla. And then she'll put some hummus down, and then like avocado, cucumbers,
Roll
or
it
some
up.
sort of veggie, and roll it up like a tortilla, or like a burrito. Isn't that cool? I think that'd be
Yes.
really cool. We should do
Yes.
that on here one day. And
Yes.
cut them like pinwheels. But anyway, hummus is so great because chickpeas are
What
very.
to make hummus with.
Yep, that's the base of hummus, and this is your good carb.
That's
It's a good carb.
carb.
And you'll see when we make it, we are going to put olive oil in, so that's going to be our good fat. So we've got 2 categories of the 3 macros that we're looking for in hummus. All right? So I'm going to
Yes.
start with about 2 cups of chickpeas. These have been soaked overnight.
Now, did you get those raw or did you get them?
Yeah, I got them raw and
Okay.
soaked them. You have to soak them overnight, like you do with most beans, right? So hummus is so easy to make, and you can tailor it to whatever your taste buds are. I just like garlic and lemon. That's just
Where do you buy raw?
at our store.
Okay.
Yeah.
New
Like
life.
in a section where you might find, adzuki beans and mung beans and black beans, all the dried
Yeah.
beans. It's a dried bean.
Life located.
It is at 2825 Washington Road in Augusta, Georgia.
And for you who live across America, you can probably get it in a health food store.
Oh, definitely. Even regular grocery
and
stores
regular
too
grocery
have
stores.
garbanzo beans.
I
chickpeas.
started doing that.
Yeah, you like that?
Yes, because I could never. It took forever to peel them. Now you can just
Oh yeah, you just smash it.
mash it.
And we say it on here every time,
Yeah.
but it's true. Remember letting your garlic chill out on the cutting board for a few minutes is good for getting the allicin and the really good properties, the anti-cancer properties of garlic come out as you let it sit. Isn't that cool?
It's very cool. I
guess
think
the-
you still have a
What?
piece of right there.
A paper here?
Yeah.
How's that? There we go.
There we go. Now I
All
looked
right.
for one of those presses. I couldn't find one.
Pampered
of those.
chef.
A paper
I
chef.
have one.
Pampered
I need to get one
chef.
of those.
Wow, we-
That's who I get all my cool stuff from, and I trust her opinion. All right, so I am going with 3 cloves of garlic right into my garlic press,
Wow.
okay? And we're gonna blend this, right? So it's fine just to kind of let it rip like that, okay? When you're making hummus, you're gonna put everything in except the olive oil. When we turn the food processor on and get it moving, then we're gonna just drizzle the olive oil in really slow. That's gonna emulsify and make it nice and creamy. And of course, you
Okay.
just eyeball it. Okay, so we have to have Celtic sea salt. We'll probably do this a couple times. So we've got chickpeas, we've got fresh garlic, Okay, then we're gonna do at least the juice of 1 lemon. We're gonna see how much comes out of here.
Now-
If it's enough, we're good. If not, we're gonna do 2.
I forget to roll it like that.
On
Yeah.
your,
Did you see the rolling?
yeah, I
You know
saw that. I never saw that before. I saw you do that today.
That's gonna break up, you know, the little capsules or whatever that has the liquid in it, the juice. That's gonna kind of get those
Out.
broken up. So then whenever we squeeze it, we're gonna get more juice out of it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna put that in a.
I'm gonna do
Press
that. The reason I love this is it gets all the juice and also none of the seeds come out. I am constantly, if I don't use this, I am fishing for lemon seeds, you know? And then sometimes you say, oh, to heck with it, no one's gonna know. You know, and then you just know when you're serving it up, somebody's about to bite into a lemon seed. So this keeps me knowing that there are not any seeds in there and I'm getting all of the juice.
Well, this you get at Pampered Chef too.
I ordered it, yes, from Paper Chef. And it's just good quality stuff, you know?
Yeah. And for moms out there, hummus is a good food to put in your kids' lunch. You can get the little sealed up, you know, Tupperware and put it in there. And I usually put either some kind of vegetable to dip it in, or I mean even like a whole grain cracker or something
Yeah.
like that, you know, with a little bit of salt
Yeah.
on it for that taste.
All right, this is tahini. Do y'all know what tahini is?
I have some from Israel in the
Do
cabinet.
you?
My dog.
Tahini is ground up
Sesame seed.
right. Always sunflower and sesame get mixed up in my head. But yes, it's ground up. This is really going to give it that Middle Eastern flavor. It acts as a binding agent, and it's really good for you. You know, nuts and seeds.
Yeah.
I'll get some when I'm over there.
Nuts and seeds.
I have some. I have a whole jar.
You do?
All right, we've got garlic, we've got lemon, we've got Celtic sea salt, we've got garbanzo beans, and we have tahini. What else might we want? Do y'all want a little? No, we don't
Oh,
want.
yeah,
Y'all don't want
we
any
like-
cayenne. Do you want any cayenne in there?
No, we like
I
red
like
pepper.
cayenne. Well,
red pepper hummus.
Roasted red pepper, but she doesn't have the roasted
I
red
did.
peppers.
I brought red peppers. I'm going to put a few of those in there
Okay.
too. This is dill. I love dill in my hummus. I just always have. And I'm going to chop up 2 of these red mini peppers.
Okay.
They are bursting in flavor, and it's going to give the hummus a little pink color, which I like. You know, there's some spicy hummus. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your hummus.
Until you have told me before, but I forget, why is red pepper so good
awesome.
for us?
Well, bright colors always mean in nature when it's, you know, when it's bright because God made it bright, not bright because it's, you know, dyed bright. Always is an indicator that there's some serious antioxidant properties going on.
Right.
Red peppers in particular are very high in vitamin C. Most people
C.
think oranges for a cold, or I'm gonna put an orange one in
Heard
there
green
too, just
peppers,
because.
too.
And green peppers too. And you know the bright color antioxidant is always mean antioxidants get rid of free radicals in your body.
Right.
Whether it's from toxins going in, whether it's environmental, whether it's something we ate, or just a fact of life. We have free radicals coming out, floating around in our body that if they're not taken care of, I picture antioxidants like little Pac-Mans in our body just going around, just getting the free radicals. If you don't put the antioxidants in to do it, they will settle into your joints. And now we have inflammation in our joints, and now we have chronic conditions coming, and we have arthritis and joint, all that kind of stuff. That's free radicals.
Free radical.
So antioxidants, Pac-Man them right up. So the more foods you can eat high in antioxidants, the better. All right, I think I'm good with what's going in.
We're talking about Fruity Pebbles and
Fruity
Pac-Man.
Pebbles and
Let's just bring
Pac-Man.
the 80s
This is
back.
where
Let's get some hairspray. And
Now what's this?
we need some black pepper.
Pepper. I
You gotta
love
put
black
some
pepper.
in there. All righty. Okay, so here's where you have to just kind of watch it. Where'd our olive oil go? Will you hand me that olive oil?
right here.
Doohickey? Yep.
Doohickey.
All right.
I bet your kitchen's just full of everything good.
It's full of a lot of stuff, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to turn it on, and we're just going to start. And now we're just watching. Watching till our consistency.
Russell, pull up so we can see that she's pouring in the oil. That's quite a bit of oil, isn't
Good
it?
amount, yeah. If you want it smooth, we're getting close. I'm gonna do a little more.
Have you made hummus?
Not yet. I love to eat it.
I think we're pretty good.
I don't know
I think
why
we're
I
pretty
haven't.
good.
It's
I
obviously very easy to make, and my family loves
You
it.
want to grab us 2 spoons?
They
Let's do a
do
little
love
test.
it.
The chunks that are left now are just from the red peppers, which is okay. You just really want to break that. Yeah,
Big
sure.
spoon.
Oh, right here in this drawer. Which needs. This you have to taste, because here's where you know if you need a little more salt. I think that's good. Actually, I need a little more salt. I'm gonna do a little more Celtic sea salt.
And she poured the oil in there, but obviously you're not going to eat all this in one
Oh, no.
sitting. So you're not going to consume that much fat at one time. That would not be good.
A good serving of hummus on the cleanse phase would be about 3 tablespoons.
Could you imagine you sticking the 3 tablespoons of hummus? I can eat a whole bowl.
All right. So now, let me get a bowl.
It looks great.
I mean, and what a great
girls.
appetizer. You know, these are foods that we're saying cleanse phase, but cleanse phase or not. I mean, this is a great appetizer if you're having a get together at your house, having friends come over.
It'd be a good
I mean, look
snack
how
for
fast
Michael
that
after
was,
school,
too. What's that?
Michael after school.
Oh,
He
yeah.
always wants
He's
something to
always looking for food. And
eat. He'll come in here and he'll make something.
Oh, will he?
He'll put on his chef hat, and one day I came back and I said, oh, Michael, what are you making? He has a little recipe book out. Well, I'm making these eggs, but then he looked and he said the eggs weren't any good. So he didn't make the eggs, but what did he make that day?
mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, he made mac and cheese in the coffee pot.
Did he? What?
I said, how'd you cook
You
this?
don't know what Michael's
He
gonna
said,
do.
I cooked it in the coffee pot.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a funny kid.
Can I repeat that? I just
Now
got a sign
she's
from
putting
the producer
lemon on
that
it.
says I could eat all of that hummus.
Yeah,
I
I
was looking
could,
for
I'm
how
with
many
you,
minutes we
Brittany.
had left, and instead I got the.
I could eat it
All right.
too.
So, a wonderful way to serve this.
Now wait a second.
What?
Well, give
gotta
us the
bring that
bowl.
down
We'll
here.
take some out of the
She's
bowl.
over there fixing it up all
Are you
nice
gonna
and
eat it
pretty.
now?
We want to taste it.
right.
Yes, my goodness, yes. You're not going to make hummus and not let us try that.
I'll take this one.
You can have the salmon, but I'm going to take the hummus.
All right.
Now you can do this with chicken. You don't have to do salmon. I mean, it's just as good with chicken on top too. You might want to use a little bit of oil for that. But
Heather, that is wonderful.
That is
Like,
awesome.
you can adjust the seasonings how you like. But yeah, so good and so easy.
Okay, you can put it over there now. I had to just try it.
Oh,
You
it's
don't
very
want any.
good.
You don't want any. All right, now what?
All right, what we got next? Let's see.
Doesn't that look
Do we have
good?
another one, or should we go to a break and then come
We
back?
have 2 more. I don't know if we get them both in. We have mussel truffles and
Well,
coleslaw.
just keep going.
Which one do y'all want to do?
Both.
If we only were able to do one, which would it be?
Coleslaw,
Got it.
What was the other one?
mussels.
Mussel truffles. No, they're little peanut butter balls.
Oh,
they're good.
oh.
Like a dessert, but a healthy dessert.
Let's go with the peanut butter balls.
I knew it.
They're really good. They're
But
It
I
would
still
be a
want
good
the
time
other
for
two,
break
so
if
we're
we
going to get
could.
them both done. So let's chop, chop. No, I'm
right,
just kidding.
You're the perfect supervisor, Tambra.
Chop, chop.
If I was in your
chop.
seat, I would be too. All right, let's see if I can
See if you can do it.
wing this.
I love the hummus. What? Okay.
So while she's getting that ready, I'll just let you know what's going in it.
Good.
Almond butter.
Almond
Almond
butter.
butter.
So good. Local
We love
honey.
that almond butter.
I hear them upstairs in Master Control. The director, almond butter. He must like almond butter.
Move it out.
We've got some oats that are going in there, pardon my pollen voice, and some chia seeds.
Oh, I do something very similar to this.
Really?
Yes. I know exactly what she's making. They're great for little energy bites.
Right.
Yes.
And then we're going to stick some of
Yep.
the muscle gain in
Yep.
there.
What is it called?
Muscle gain.
That
See, when
is-
you said mussel truffle, I'm thinking mussels as in the.
no, I don't eat
I
mussels.
was like, ugh. More seafood.
Muscles like from a show.
Yes.
I hear you.
I was
That
like,
makes sense.
ugh. It's like,
All right.
no, we'll stick with the coleslaw.
Sounds awful. And I'm a seafood eater, but I don't want muscle.
We good?
Muscle.
Okay.
Muscle.
All right, y'all, this is easy. Okay. We're going to do equal portions of almond butter
Yes.
and oats. I know what, Mariana, would
Yes.
you mind rinsing out the container of the food processor? Sure. Is that possible?
I don't mind.
Well,
Well, we'll lick it out.
No,
No, I need it. I need it for this too.
Oh, we always
so
take our finger and lick them out.
Oh, you.
What's the
We got
matter?
plenty.
Don't your kids do that?
All right, so this almond butter is absolutely amazing. Y'all know I find a way to bring it in every time. It is a friend of mine in Atlanta. She and her husband started it. It was her grandfather's recipe. What I'm doing is just mixing the oil in a little bit so we don't get all the oil at the top. And this is nothing but good old almonds and sea salt.
Yeah,
Wow.
somebody was telling me because the problem with peanut butter, most of the peanuts now are GMOs.
Well, and almonds are, peanuts are fine, but almonds are powerhouses. I mean, you want to do almond butter because of how good almonds are for you.
For you?
Almonds for your liver, almonds for your liver, almonds for your liver. And your liver is in charge of deciding what nutrients we keep, right? What toxins go out. I mean, it is very important.
Right.
And almonds specifically help our livers out.
Liver.
Isn't that cool?
Okay. Yes.
Y'all are going to love this contraption. Have you ever seen one of these? You have?
Yeah.
In here, or do you have one?
I don't have one, but I have seen them.
All right, it's
Look,
so
I've
cool.
done Pampered Chef. I've had so many friends in Pampered Chef, and
I needed an entire overhaul of my kitchen utensils, so I was like, okay, one at a time. And this I didn't understand until I got it, and for mussel truffles, it's perfect. So you know, like whenever you're measuring something out, and then like honey or something, and then you have to dig it out of your measuring cup?
Yeah.
this you don't have to.
This you don't have to.
Oh,
Let's
that's
see, I'm going to pop
Comes
it right out.
nice and clean.
Thank you. Oop, sorry. Ding, ding. All right, so we got about a cup of almond butter. Now watch this. Isn't that awesome? You need one of these?
Yes, I'm scraping and scraping and scraping.
And
And
let's bring the
almond
food
butter
processor
is
back,
not
food processor
cheap,
back
so
over.
You wanna
Take every
make sure
bit
you
of it.
get all of it.
All right, so we did a cup of, we'll just set it right here.
You won't be able to
then-
plug
plug
it.
it in?
Oh, you gotta think.
All right, so a cup of almond butter. We're going to use a half cup of local honey. Okay, so then we're just going to bring this down to a half cup. But when your hands are all
Do you have local honey in your store?
oh yeah,
Okay, very good.
all year round. You know, the best time to use local honey is when you don't need it. Do you know that? It's the non-allergy season. I mean, you want to use it too when it's allergy season, but it's in the non-season that your body's building up the immunity.
Right.
Isn't that cool? There we go.
I use honey every day.
Half cup of local honey.
Tammy,
use honey every
that
day?
thing is a really, yes, I do.
It's a cure
Heather,
all
Chris
for-
wants his own beehives now.
Oh, y'all should totally do that.
He's looked into them. He wants the ones that you don't even have to disturb the bees. You just put the jar up underneath the Easy Flow, and you just turn it, and it pours out.
Okay.
And he'll man,
Oh,
like, baby, we still live in the city.
that don't matter. You got chickens. How many chickens you got?
24, and I have 9 in the incubator.
Wow.
All right,
So-
cup of almond butter, and then we're gonna have an equal amount of oats. And what I like to do with the oats, if I don't spill these, that's gonna be amazing. Hey, pretty good. All right, what I like to do with my oats for the mussel truffles is if you do them in the you can put them in the blender and turn them into powder. That's oat flour, right? I like to put them in here because you get halfway between the full
Now, this
oats
isn't
into the
instant
flour.
oats.
No. These
Yes.
are good organic whole oats.
Yeah.
But I find that the consistency, the texture, I need another spoon.
Okay.
There. The texture of the mussel truffle, I like when I do it this way. The almond butter is kind of chunky, you know?
Right.
So this makes, in my opinion, the oats hold up better to that. So we're just gonna zap these for a minute just to break them down. You got about half of them. Okay, and then we're dumping those in. So equal portion. We got almonds, almond butter. See how it's powdery on top?
Cup of oats.
Yep, cup of almond butter, cup of oats, half cup of honey. I do this one from memory, so I'm making sure that I'm getting it right. And then a cup of protein. This is a whey protein, vanilla protein that we like to use. And so what we're doing here is, your almond butter is a good fat, right? People think of peanuts and almonds, peanut butter as protein, and although there's some protein in it, there is more good fat in it. So that's your good fat. Now we're getting the protein right here. So this is a wonderful snack, y'all, and my kids love this.
So good.
Before a soccer game, both of them will eat a couple of them. And you can really
Gives them energy.
give some energy, absolutely, and really good for your muscles. I mean, we need protein. Our muscles want protein. Boom.
Not that this is really good, but I was adding dark chocolate chips to mine.
Dark
No,
chocolate?
you can't. I was just about to say that. That's okay. I don't know. I'm a fan of dark chocolate. All right, and this is going to be about that much.
About that much.
About that much.
That's chia seeds.
Chia seeds, yes. All right, did I do 5 things? There's 5 ingredients in mine. We got almond butter, we got oats, we've got honey, we've got protein, we got chia seeds, right?
Yes.
That's 5.
You want to get dirty or me?
Hey,
You have to do it with your
take my
hands.
rings off.
Yes.
Take
Don't
the
let me
rings
forget
off,
my
I was going to say.
You do, because these are the best mixing tools that God gave us.
Yeah.
You will get these perfect 3 times as fast if you use your hands. You just got to take your rings off, right?
Now, after you mix it, do you put it in the refrigerator a little bit before
I
you roll
like
them
to
in
even
bowls?
keep them in the freezer for a little bit. But yeah, then I store them in the fridge.
Yeah.
So I made these this is the healthy version. Oh, you know what I did forget? We want a little bit of this. That's just good.
Yeah.
This is the healthy version. I've seen people put cocoa powder,
Yeah, I didn't
dark
put
chocolate
cocoa,
chips,
but I did put
roll them in coconut. I mean, there's so much you
coconut.
can
That's
do.
what I.
And that's
Yeah.
okay. But this is just, to me, this is the standard recipe, and then I will tweak it a little bit.
Yes.
All right,
These are
we're doing
super
good.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what.
All right, I think they start kind of blending. I feel like honey in there.
All right, so I'm gonna let you work on that. Do we have time for coleslaw? Should we try to? You scoot down.
Yeah.
19 minutes? We have time.
Do we have
19.
time?
Yes.
All right, so this, I'm gonna use this. When you get it nice, you wanna start rolling them in balls and putting them right there.
Yep.
You get a knife, you can just roll one of those balls and send it
Just
down this
roll it
way.
down there.
Roll
Okay.
it down this way.
Like a bowling ball, right?
Good little energy bites.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel so much better if my kids eating these at a soccer game than, a bag of chips.
Right.
What's that going to
Definitely.
do? That's going to spike their blood sugar for a couple of minutes and they're going to crash. What do you think, size?
That's good. You wanna keep them kind of small, because
I know what you're about to say.
no, we're not gonna say that. But there's
But
something.
you can eat more.
Yes, something in your brain might say 3's enough, but your brain's not thinking about how big each one is.
Right.
So if you keep them smaller, you can have more of them.
That's what
right?
Yep. That's
Okay.
exactly what I was thinking. 'Cause you can eat 2 small ones or 3 small ones. Maybe 3, not 4.
I know my son was always looking for the biggest ones to pull
Yeah,
out.
right.
That's fine if you can
I'm like,
limit
you
it
can
to
have
3.
2. So he'll go in there and look for the 2 biggest ones.
It's my knife.
All right, so now
So-
we're going to make a coleslaw.
We're gonna make some good old coleslaw, and you're gonna see that it's easy. And people, you hear coleslaw, and you might think mayonnaise, and but it doesn't have to be. It can be just a nice, simple way. It's just really another way to get your veggies down.
How's our
Right?
soup doing?
It's
Soup is
simmering.
done.
It's good. And we're just keeping it warm.
Yeah, when Heather
All
told
right.
me we were doing coleslaw, I was thinking, coleslaw? that just doesn't really
No, she
jive,
did.
but
When I sent her the list of what I was proposing or what I had been looking at, she's like, wait a minute, we're doing the cleanse. I said, no, we can make it. All right, so we went ahead and did about a cup and a half, well, that's about 2 cups of green cabbage.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna still do the purple. Y'all know cabbage is really good for ulcers. Any sort of stomach pain, stomach problems, cabbage is one of the best things for that. Now, I don't really think it looks like a stomach, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But maybe it's good. I'm sure it's good for some other things too. Let's see here.
Is there a book that tells what all these veggies are good for?
Oh, sure. There's lots of them. We have a bunch of them at New Life. We have at New Life the largest natural foods library you're ever going to find.
Wow.
with couches.
That you can actually look at the books. You know, you don't have to order them. That is my father's passion, and man, does he do it. And herbs, books and herbs. Yep, and couches and Wi-Fi.
I act like I can have time to sit around on a couch, and I wish I did. One day, I'm going to be able to sit and read about good food on a couch. One day. When life is not so busy.
Now, where's New Life located again?
2825 Washington Road, across the street from Steinmart.
And Hooters.
Everybody
Hooters.
says across the street from Hooters, and she goes, I don't know if I like
I
that.
know. You know, something I definitely want to mention. This is something that Maryanna and I coach people, especially moms. This cleanse is for men and women. Believe me, you know, you
Yes.
and Chris did it together. But there's something about women that we take on so much. And I'm not saying that men don't, but we know because we're all women, right? And there's this thing about us that we say yes to so many things. Yes to
Yes to a ball.
yes to a ball. Yes.
She
What
took-
I'm
she
talking
wouldn't
about
give
though
me
is, you know, like
one.
what you know,
You're like,
if
now.
now,
No.
you know, if a we do so many things,
Right.
We wear a lot of hats and we do many things, and we don't really need that to change, but we want to feel great while we're doing those things. So one of the things we focus on is helping ourselves and helping other women say yes to ourselves.
Right.
Because when we put ourselves on the priority list, when we say yes to us, all the other things in life that we're trying to balance still happen. They happen with more joy. They happen better. More fit, like, so the very things that we're stressing out trying to achieve, we can actually achieve better if we say yes to ourselves, which means our body, which means we sleep well at night, which means we have energy. We are the nutritional gatekeepers of our homes. Our kids aren't out there buying the Cheetos, y'all. It's us. So if you make some of these, you have some of this, you know, leftovers, you have this, you know, like you can feel so much better literally, mentally, physically, all of it. You'll have your kids eating better, which, you know, as a mom, just what makes you feel better, you know?
If this were rolled
Well,
in
and then
chocolate,
doing so, their immune system's going to be better.
Yep.
Especially with them being at school.
Yep.
When you have sugar, it weakens your immune system.
Right.
And my biggest problem is, at a private school, is they reward them with sugar.
Candy.
And I'll pick him up and he'll be all, I said, what'd you have? He'll be all amped up. What'd you eat? Oh, I wasn't candy today. I'm like, how much of it did you eat? Oh, the whole bag of Airheads.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know, it's something I think Heather and I have both seen in our own children is since we have started this, they see us eating like this. And so they know, are they not, I mean, they're not making complete 100% good food choices, but it's definitely influencing them
Yep.
to choose better and to think about it because they see us and they see us feeling really, really good. So,
You know, and there's that wonderful drink that we have that we do on the cleanse with the B vitamins and the amino acids. And it is so much better than soda that Allie has one every day.
Right.
She drinks one and she loves it and she feels better. You know, I know several people that have gotten off of Diet Cokes, off of Monster drinks. Oh my goodness, right?
Those are terrible for you.
Right, with a drink that can still give you energy, but energy at the cellular level because it's B vitamins and amino acids.
Okay,
you
so what all you putting over there?
All right, I've got green cabbage, I've got red cabbage, or purple cabbage. Now, 1 orange bell pepper. When a recipe says a red, yellow, or orange bell pepper, I just do what I want.
Right.
To me, those 3 are interchangeably. For some reason, the green pepper has a totally different flavor
Flavor.
than the other 3. This is celery, chopped up all nice and little. And this is red onion, chopped up all nice and little. I let the cabbage, Maryanna cut the cabbage nice in long strips, and these other pieces will be the little smaller ones. All right, that's perfect. Okay, so the dressing for this is simply going to be apple cider vinegar and garlic. How cool is that?
That's it.
Isn't that neat? And of course, with apple cider vinegar, you need,
Brags.
you got to. The one with the mother. Usually it's cloudy down here, you want that. And you want to make sure you shake it before you use it because you're getting all of that. It's very high in probiotics, all of that. All right, so hey, you did so good. That's like awesome.
There.
I'm sorry.
Another one?
No, I
Nope.
just had one. They're
Oh,
wonderful.
they are so. I could roll these in chocolate or dip them in chocolate.
But that's
Couldn't
what
you?
you take the dark chocolate chips
And you dip them.
and add some in there.
And guess what? Because this is a lifestyle change and not a diet that you stick with for a few weeks or months, you get to splurge. You know, you can say,
We
you
gotta
know
talk
what?
about that. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we go by the 80-20 rule. After the cleanse, you're going to be strict. You're going to be, but it's eating. You're not going to be
Can
deprived.
you eat that on the cleanse?
Not this.
Okay.
So the cleanse, you're going to be really strict. First 10 days, you can do anything for 10 days, especially if you're not hungry. And then after that first 10 days ends, you'll be feeling so good. You will want to keep going. And I was like, what's next? What's next? You know,
next?
because I felt so good. But you get to manage your life, and we call it the 80-20. Okay, 80%, you're going to eat like this. You're going to be really good about making sure you have those 3: protein, good carb, good fat. But then let's say we're going to a wedding on Saturday. There's going to be food, you know, and I want to have fun. I don't want to be the one that says, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
You've got
No,
to
you can't be
live.
weird.
You've got to live. So I know that I'm going to be good all week. And on Saturday night when I go to the wedding, I get to go to that buffet, you know, food and have all the yummy stuff and a piece of small wedding cake, you know. So it's just about planning ahead of time and just knowing that you can treat yourself and you do not have to deprive yourself.
Nope.
It's
Don't have 'em up
education.
there.
Well, Chris and I, we just went to Vegas for a convention, and we always love to go to the Paris buffet.
Oh, I love
And
the
so,
Paris buffet.
and they make fresh crepes that I love. And so we spent 3 or 4 days out there. I came back and I had put on 1 pound, but I was able to get it off immediately. But it's
How many steps did you walk?
there was 21,000 one day and close to 20,000 the next.
That's why she didn't put on the weight.
So, but you know, but I knew that, you know, but even still, it was a mind change. And so, like, I had my prime rib. I love prime rib. I know that it's going to be a special event. I love Brussels sprouts, and they fix them amazing. Cream spinach, I probably wouldn't normally eat, but I really like it, and so I had it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
instead of going back for 2 plates, 1 plate I was full, I was done.
Right.
And so you change your eating habits.
Yeah, you really do, and you think differently.
Dip out some
Right.
of the soup in that so that they
Oh,
can
yeah.
show the soup too.
On it.
Now
So
look at
how
that.
beautiful.
I want to tell you, just look at that, how great that looks.
Pretty
And
and
it
colorful.
was. You know, they pulled me some, they pulled me some tricks and tips for detox. And it says, cut down on alcohol and caffeine drinks. Well, I don't do alcohol and caffeine. I don't drink colas, so
I drink
it would be
coffee.
hot chocolates.
Well, the thing with alcohol too, there's no nutritional value in it. So not only does it not add anything good, it can help your self-control kind of go away a little
Yeah.
bit too, and then you find yourself making bad choices.
There
So
you
I have
go.
to say, I'm a huge coffee drinker. I have to have at least 1 cup in the morning, and that's it throughout the day. But Chris was dreading that. He's like, oh my goodness, she's not going to have her coffee. She's going to be so grouchy. But the spark, having that spark, it had enough caffeine that I did not have the headaches or
Yep.
it was
did the
it
same
was
thing.
actually
even-
easy to give up for a time.
Like coffee, I'm not an anti-coffee person. Even, you know, being in the health food industry, I've seen certain food groups get demonized, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, it's good for you. It's like, okay, hold on. It's a coffee bean. It's not that horrible. The problem with coffee is it's acidic. So when especially if you're doing more than 1 cup a day, you're adding basically straight low
Acid.
pH acid to your body, and then your body's spending the rest of the time trying to fight that. So it's not even so much, you know, caffeine is a stimulant, but it's not the caffeine that's the problem with coffee. It's the acidity. And that's why switching to something like what we recommend, the drink that you do 2 a day of, it creates a better energy. It's more a real, it's like it's prolonged, and there's not the acidity. And you're getting B vitamins and amino acids.
And you're not paying $5 for coffee every day. Like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Going through the line.
Avoid processed foods, meat, dairy, and sugar foods. So you want to do that.
I like saying anything that comes in a bag is probably not good. You know, bag of chips, a bag of little, that you talked about, the oatmeal, Little Debbie's, you know,
Yeah, Little
anything like
Debbie's.
that. That's processed.
Vegetables and whole fruits, avoid that. Healthy fats, go for raw nuts, healthy fats. Now, let me tell you what, that little round thing, it tastes like I was eating, like if I put chocolate on there, I would think I was eating a piece of chocolate candy with with nuts. It is a fooler. It is so, so good.
Did you taste the salt in there too?
I taste a little bit of
salt?
I thought that was because I didn't put salt in mine, and I'm like,
A little.
You like
I got to
that?
do that next
Isn't
time.
that nice? You get a little, one of those little Celtic salt stones, and you're like, ooh, okay. Actually, I didn't think I'd like that, but I do.
But
Yeah, when you put that in there, I was like, oh. But when I tried it, I was like, oh, that is amazing. And another thing that she makes, I do not like guacamole. I don't like avocados. I wish I did. But you made it. And I don't know if it was the lemon juice or what.
Salt. And the salt,
the
the Celtic.
salt.
That's
It
the
is
secret to everything.
amazing.
I like to eat in her restaurant, in DeChico's restaurant. I like to eat the salad with the avocado salad. And the tomato soup, or the,
Oh, the
what?
roasted red pepper and
Roasted-
Gouda, yeah.
I love that.
That's everybody's
That's what, every time I go, I order the same thing. I love that. We have the book here for sale, Best Body Cookbook, made by Kim, who's also been here to be on air with us, with Heather. And some recipes you can get out
This
of
is
here.
a great cookbook.
Yeah, it is. $20. You ought to be running to your phone and saying, I want that book.
Well, she made some pancakes out of there out of
yeah.
sweet potatoes. There was no flour in them, and they were fabulous. Also, there's another recipe that she makes in there that is a sunflower seed kind of.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
love it.
I love that stuff. And so, truthfully, once you start eating healthy at first, I'm going to be honest, a lot of people, it's not going to be easy.
No.
But after you do it, for the first 10 days, all of a sudden you notice your taste buds change and your idea of food changes.
Yeah.
You know, I've lost 28 pounds, but you know what? I've done it before where I lost 90 pounds, and it seems like I'm obviously not losing it as fast, but what I notice is I'm losing more inches.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And it's going to stay off.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you're doing it in the right way.
Your clothes
Yes.
feel good. I
Yeah.
love to put on a pair of jeans and they feel good.
Yeah, and so I've dropped two sizes, and
She's happy. She calls me.
Yeah.
She says, oh, I can get
I
in
can
these
get into
pants."
these now. And then not just me, but then my daughter has lost 13 pounds.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, and she's so funny because I said, now, look how many calories are in this.
Oh,
Now-
yeah.
and so now, and I don't want her to be so, like, she's so obsessed with her weight by any means, but I want her to think about what she's putting in her mouth. And I said, well, let's look at the ingredients on this first. And so yesterday we stopped and she wanted a little snack. And so I noticed that she was looking over and she's like, wow, I really don't want to put that in my body.
Yeah.
I was
She
really
did that
proud of
to
her.
me.
She made good choices.
I was going to buy these beans from, it had lentils in, but it had beans and had some other stuff in from Costco when they were demonstrating. I'm a good you demonstrate it, I'll buy it. But I do. So they always laugh at me because I do. But so I said, okay, I'll get some of these. And she said, just a minute, let me look at it. And it had 300 and some calories. She said, do you really want that? And I'm telling you, a mom, you can teach your kids how to eat right. And you're doing it, and it's wonderful.
Well,
now
it's one of my
can't say
child's
that
anyway.
about. I can't tell that about
No.
Michael,
No.
but Angela, she listens and does it.
yeah.
You
he's his own
guys
person.
have been absolutely awesome again today.
Thank
Marian,
you.
Thank you both for being here. And Heather,
We love coming
I
here.
said she's got to be a regular one here because we're teaching people how to eat right. And look at that coleslaw. Does that not look exciting? And how much Bragg's did you put on it?
I did more, probably about half a cup.
Half
I
a
started with
cup.
a quarter and then I doubled it because this batch turned bigger. You know, in coleslaw, over time, as it soaks in, it's going to shrink down a little bit and get a little bit of that marinated flavor. But I mean, that's just fresh. That's just a way, and then that's going to stay good in the fridge for at least 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
You know?
So your kids can have that for a snack.
For sure.
And the soup?
The soup.
Pass the soup over here because
yeah.
I didn't taste this soup.
I left you a couple big old chunks. You ready,
You
Taylor?
did? Come on, honey. Let's taste this soup. She'll need her own spoon. She's funny about. No, you can leave it lay there. It's
Are
for
you sure?
others.
Y'all gonna share? Okay.
Yeah. Come on. We'll need to get her a spoon
Oh,
so
I
she
gotcha.
can.
Yeah, the colors on here. I mean, even having this on your table when people come over is just,
Now,
that's
Russell,
just pretty.
let me tell you, Russell loves cream of broccoli soup. He will freak out over this.
Do you like it?
I love
See how
it.
easy that was?
That's really good.
Isn't that good?
That's very good.
I think I have to have another
You know, and if you
bite.
have one of those emulsion blenders, I
Right.
meant to bring one, I forgot. You know, then you don't have to do that whole step of taking it out. I mean, and you can get it all the way down to cream. And
That
you
is
can add whatever
fabulous.
veggies
Yeah.
that you want. Yeah. Well, I am looking forward, Dorothy, to getting you started. Yeah?
It's not a
Not a
meatball,
meatball.
Russell.
Meatballs.
So
You know, yeah, I mean, we just want to let everybody know that we are here. We love coaching people and helping people
So fun.
through the Jumpstart, through lifestyle change, through healthy choices.
New
So
class starts
y'all
on
have
Monday.
our phone numbers.
Is that when you start, Monday?
No,
We're putting you on the spot, Dorothy. Come on.
I said I
Yeah,
was
when
going
are
to
you
start this
starting?
Monday, but I never did.
Well, this coming Monday,
But-
there's a group. We do them very often, but this one is Operation New Beginnings. Wanda is on
Wanda,
it.
our camera
so-
girl's on it.
Yeah. So
And
that's
so-
it. You're good, right? You're done?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna do it.
done. What do you mean? I'm going to be there.
I heard you say yes. No, you don't have
No.
to be anywhere. It's
Thank
just that
you.
when you wake up on that day, that's
have
your
to
day
start.
one.
Okay,
So
my day one is Monday.
Your day one is Monday.
But now,
and
your
if you
day
don't
one.
prepare your food, you know what? Because a lot of it's prep. You can go to DeChico's and eat.
Yep.
There was
eat.
things I could eat there that was on the
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
Or I go to Zoe's. I could eat at Zoe's. I even go to Chick-fil-A if I'm like having to run. I'll go get their grilled chicken nuggets and their salad, and I'm still within.
Yep.
You know,
It's a
within range.
livable plan.
it's a
It really
livable
is.
plan.
Yep. So we want you to now. Don't forget, go to New Life and sign up for the classes. But we
Actually,
have
no,
their
call
phone
our number. We have the
Call-
number, should be on the screen, or
They
Yeah.
okay.
Call us
I
and we
cannot
will
believe
get you
she's
set up.
giving you her number. But we do
Well.
have her number here, and so just call and we will give it to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.
I can take a heart that's broken, make it over again. But I know a man who can. I can take a heart that's sin sick, make it white, whiter than snow. But I know a man who can. Oh, some call him Savior, the Redeemer of all men. I call him Jesus, for he's my dearest friend. If you think no one can't help you, and your life is out of hand, well, I know a man who can. I can walk upon the water or calm the troubled sea. But I know a man who can. I can't cause blind eyes to open or make the lame to walk again. But I know a man who can. And oh, some call him Savior, the Redeemer of all men. I call him Jesus, for he's my dearest friend. If you think no one can't help you, and your
Savior, the Redeemer of all man. I call him Jesus, for he's my dearest friend. If you think no one can't help you and your life is out of hand, well, I know a man who can. Yes, I know a man who can. Yes, I